Hello, my amazing artists. So today what we're going to be doing is drawing the Tree of Life, an inspiration of Gustav Klimt, the artist you just watched a video about. So I'm just going to get my paper situated and let's start drawing. The first thing I'm going to start with is a horizon line. That's the line at the bottom of a paper that shows where the sky ends and the ground meets. Next, what we're going to do is start drawing the trunk of the tree. That's going to be the fattest part of your tree. So I'm going to start with two lines that go up towards the middle of my paper. Then from there, I'm going to go on one side of that tree trunk and I am going to make a spiral. So it's going to start out larger and get smaller and smaller as it goes in. Watch carefully what I do here. I'm going to go around the spiral again to make the branch. And I'm going to stop right about there. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. I'm going to draw my spiral that goes smaller as it goes in, and then make the thickness of the branch going back around towards the trunk of the tree and stop. Now we're going to add a couple more of those swirly branches. I'm going to start here and I'm going to come back up around and make another branch, spiral in, and then make that thickness back down to the trunk. I've got room for one more, so I'm going to add one more spirally branch, adding the thickness, coming back down. Now I'm going to connect those branches together so I have the whole trunk. If I ever go too fast, you can always pause. But I'm thinking this tree looks a little bare down here. I'm going to add a nice big swirl branch over here, add the thickness around and connect back to the tree trunk. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Around, spiral, come back toward the trunk. Okay. Now from here, what we're going to do is be adding the smaller branches that come out of those really large branches. So basically, you're just going to be doing the same thing, adding little baby spirals and adding them back to the branch instead of to the tree trunk. So you can see here that they're smaller, they're thinner, they're going in different directions. Feel free to add as many spirals as you want. But be careful, the more you add, the crazier your tree is going to look. I'm going to speed up this process right here. Feel free to pause if you need to and add all the spirals that you want. But from here, I'm going to fast forward just to the end of the drawing portion. Now from here, I'm going to take my handy dandy black marker and I'm going to outline first my horizon line at the bottom of my paper where the sky and the ground meet. But now, when I'm outlining my tree, I am just going around the outside of the tree. I'm going to follow all my lines of my branches, but watch carefully right about here. I'm going to stop there and go around this branch. So that's one continuous line. See how I'm not tracing over that portion of the branch? Going around the outside of the tree. Tracing every single branch. Carefully following my pencil lines. Taking my time, practicing good craftsmanship. And I'm going to speed up this part again. Now I'm going to grab my markers. Use whatever coloring materials you have. You don't have to use markers. Gustav loved patterns, so I'm going to add patterns all throughout my tree. I'm going to start with some shapes. I'm choosing a triangle, but feel free to choose whatever shape you like. I'm going to actually be making these into concentric triangles. That just means a triangle inside of another triangle, inside of another triangle. We learned all about this in our Kandinsky project in kindergarten. So I'm choosing 3 colors to outline these for right now. So I have 3 concentric triangles, 3 triangles inside of other triangles. This spot looks a little empty, so I'm just going to add another concentric triangle, but I'm going to use different colors on this one. Remember, yours does not need to look just like mine. Make yours the way you want it to look. I'm going to add some more concentric shapes, maybe up at the top here. I'm going to do a square, so I'm going to take a different color marker. I'm going to add a square. And a pattern means something needs to repeat, so I'm going to draw 4 or 5. I'm going to take another color, and to make it a concentric, oh, my yellow marker is out. That's okay, I'm going to grab a different color. To make it a concentric shape means a smaller square inside of a bigger square. I'm not going to go outside of my line, so I'm only adding 2 sides of that square. Decisions. I'm going to do some line patterns. So I'm going to add some striped lines on a few of my branches. And to make it a pattern, I'm going to add another color in between those lines. Feel free to do as many patterns and fill up your tree as much as you like. I'm going to do one more type of line pattern, which is a zigzag pattern, and I'm going to fill on my branches. I'm going to speed up this part because you can add as many details as you'd like to yours, and I will come back when mine is all finished. I'm going to finish up my tree with just a couple of dotted lines with brown, just to make it look more like a tree. And voila, I've made a Gustav Klimt inspired tree of life. Boys and girls, do not forget to show me what your tree of life looks like. I would love to see everybody's projects. You can email them to me, or you can add them to your Google Classroom. Make sure you are in the Art Google Classroom. All right, now go get creative. See you soon.